My Love Island Australia fans, yes, we're back with another video, back with another recap, and we have the aftermath of Kale's dumping as Nakia deals with the backlash of it all, and two couples calls it quits. Welcome back to Romance Review TV. It's Lady T. I got another recap for you guys. Love Island Australia 2023 Season 5, Episode number 14. And without any further ado, let's talk about what went down in this villa. So, the Love Island Australia villa has never been in such a state of chaos, especially after the exclusivity of Kale and Nakia's relationship pretty much went from fade to black. Bombshell Andy took advantage of this opportunity and coupled up with Nakia. The move saw Kale dumped from the villa, and the other islanders are heartbroken. But their heartbreak turns into anger as they ply Nakia with a whole lot of questions over why she just didn't leave with Kale like she promised. So now with Kale no longer there to defend himself, the Islander boys are coming in hard for Nakia. Reed told the group those two, Nakia and Kale, had the most security out of everyone here. We just feel like he's been lied to. And unsurprisingly, Zach also expresses his outrage by saying Kale and Nakia was so solid right up to this point. Then she had a 2-minute conversation with another guy. Then she's like, maybe we're not exclusive anymore. He goes on to say everything she said is just gone like it meant nothing. Trent feels so strongly about the matter. He goes as far as to say, I can't even look at her. However, Savannah and Abby, yeah, they don't see it the same way as the boys. Savannah says that I don't think it's as bad that Nakia didn't leave with Kale as everybody is saying. She met a guy she liked this morning. He chose her. What is she meant to do? And Nakia has a chat to the only boy in the villa who's not busting her chops, Aiden. She said, I didn't pick this. This is not me showing my true colors. The question is, was her exclusivity with Kale real? And her promise, did she actually stand by that by telling him that if anybody get dumped, we leave together? Now, Aiden asked the question everyone wants to know the answer to. Why didn't Nakia leave with Kale? Now, Nakia admits she felt something with Andy and thinks that she would regret it if she didn't explore it. So she thinks that everyone is overreacting, which is just a touch. Nakia ended up saying, I know it sucks that Kale is gone, but he's not dead. Yeah, but your promises and your word have to mean something, Nakia. Moving on to other couples that are on thin ice, Savannah and Trent. Now, Savannah and Trent found common ground with their wacky sense of humor, but over the weeks, things seemed to kind of fizzled out with these two. Savannah was talking to the girls saying whatever we had at the beginning was really good and we had a good couple of weeks, but he isn't very good at putting in effort. Now, Savannah realizes it's finally time to do what she's been meaning to do for days now, break up with Trent. Now, she started the conversations by saying, I think we both know why we're here at this fire pit, Trent. I can tell that there is no effort going into this, and people put in effort because they want to and they care, and that's not happening. Savannah finally calls it quits by saying, Trent, I love you as a mate, but we are so beating a dead horse here, and this might be, I guess, the most friendliest breakup in history of breakups, with the two of them agreeing that neither has done wrong by the other. Honestly, I think Trent checked out way back when she was talking about her taking pictures of her hoo-ha in school. Now, it was a different approach with another couple on thin ice, none other than Abby and Reed. And yeah, he admits to Abby that he is not really feeling the spark between the two of them and that he needs some space. Now, Abby took it really well. According to Reed, she took it super well, like a champ. And Abby did not, in fact, take it really well and was laying on the daybed in tears, saying how she feels so embarrassed, like, of course, he doesn't like me. And considering days ago Reed was obsessed with Abby, the girls are in shock. And of course, we heard Tyra say, that's not on my bingo card for this week. However, there was a little bit of a connection that the show actually talked about when it came between Married Married at First Sight and Love Island, when it started with Bronte and Sister Kira being a match with Reed, who also slept with her sister Bronte, who was married to Harrison, who also dated Abby. So it was interesting how they connected the dots on that whole dynamic. So now the green-eyed monster of jealousy reared its ugly head over at the Office Politics Challenge, where Nakia and Savannah's feelings for Andy are exponentially growing. And Nakia admitted that that was the hottest kiss ever and didn't want it to end. However, Andy's radar is signaling for Savannah. He said that his interest levels are definitely up with Savannah, so today I'm going to take her aside. And he does just that and whips savage Savannah over for a chat. There's giggling, arm touching, and plenty of flirty conversation, and Nakia is seething as she observes it from a distance. I don't know, that might be a little bit of karma. And of course, Nakia whispers to Tyra, "I love eavesdropping." Nakia is bubbling over with jealousy, but reminds herself that while Andy might be chatting to Savannah as his partner, he will be spending the night in bed with her. Now, she reminds herself, jealousy does not look good on you, Nakia. I don't like jealousy from me, but I can't help it. But if Nakia is worried about competition, then things are going to only get worse from here on out, because there are two new bombshells about to enter the villa. And then last but not least, we got to talk about this dynamic between Trent, Georgia, and Nate. So Nate and Georgia had been hitting it off so well. They had their first kiss. However, being that Trent is now single because Savannah broke up with him, he is zeroing in on Georgia. And they're talking about taking trips to Europe and marriage and everything else. And of course, on the sideline watching this whole interaction is none other than Nate. And I know he has been getting a bad deal from day one in this villa. It looked like he can't win. So it looks like Trent is making his moves on Georgia. Georgia has said that she's getting fluttering feelings. So you know what that means. Sorry, Nate. Look like you might be on Georgia's chopping block. Okay, so let's get the conversation started down in the comment section. Do you think the boys were wrong by giving the backlash of Nakia and Kale's dumping? The two couples that calls it quits, do you think that it was best for them to move on? And then in regards to Nate, Trent, and Georgia, yeah, it's not looking good for those two. Let me know your thoughts. So I hope you enjoyed this recap. Stay tuned for other recaps and updates on this channel. And until the next video, like, comment, and subscribe. And we'll see you next time. Bye, guys.